Is Wildin' Out considered a family show?
Hell no, they air that shit at 10 p.m. on purpose. You know, it could be. Like fun fact, my grandma watched that show. She loves it. And that's before I even had anything to do with it. She just said, you know, I don't like when they do all of the jokes about the genitalia. But, you know, but she like it. She like it. She like that. She like the show. So it could be a family show, you know.
How is it working on Wildin' Out with all of those personalities?
It is the best job ever as a DJ. I don't think I've ever worked a DJ job that was that entertaining. It is also the most stressful scenario I've ever been in as well. Just because, like, as a DJ, if you get a time slot to spin, they tell you this is your slot. This is what they pay you for. But with Wildin' Out, and I mean most shows, most concerts, like the tour version, that makes sense because you just go up until they're ready to come out. But with the TV show version, they're like, all right, Dev, you ready? And then I go out, and then I'm playing, and then who knows when the show is going to start. It could be 5 minutes. It could be 45 minutes. There could be a stop down where like something happened. Somebody in the back could not be ready. A mic could fuck up. A camera could fuck up. And I'm just going. And they're like, all right, Dev, all the cameras are rolling. So everyone's being recorded, including you. So make sure you turn up.
Oh, so you got to be acting for like 40, 50.
LED fucking wall. Me, face on it, crowd, panning to them. Like if it's not lit.
Oh, like you got to be like.
Yes, like we got to go up. And it's one of those things, it's like as soon as I hit that button, hands need to be here. It needs to be the best time of their life. Like that's what is expected because it's going for TV, right? And when I first got there, the first thing I thought was like, well, let me just do what I do in the club, right? Let me turn everybody up, whatever, play the joint or whatever. And it's like it is that, but there's another level of it where it's a show where you need to keep the energy level at a certain place.
So what? Because I want advice on this. How do you do that? What's the style when it comes to mixing? Like, how do you get into that style?
It's a lot of slamming. Like, it's a lot of like.
Oh,
it can be.
So it's slam or train wreck?
Well, no, we don't train wreck.
Okay,
we don't ever condone a train wreck. No, we don't do that. Hell no.
So I call it like New York style, where it's just like jam into the neck, boom, boom.
Yeah, I mean, it can be like that. Like my personal style is I like to try to mix and transition as much as possible. Like I think that's my superpower is transitions. So I try to capture that as much as I can. Mm-hmm. But then there's also times like also during my warm-up set, a comedian comes out. So somebody from the show will come out and they'll do comedy for a few. They'll hype up the crowd. They'll also just do whatever the fuck they want. Mm-hmm. So they might start a bit and they might start saying, yeah, you know that one song with the goddamn when the Migos said DJ drop that. And I have to play it. Like they'll just throw to me and shit. So like there's been times where I've just been sitting there like with my dick in my hand, metaphorically. But most of the time, like once that happens, because we do 30 shows per season for the most part, I'll sit with them and be like, hey, so let me know.
Don't you ever
let me know.
Do that again.
let me know what you gonna do so I can prepare it to make you look good, you know, before we do it this way. So it could be kind of wild. Like a lot of the time when I just get thrown up and I don't know what the fuck is going on, or I'm obviously clearly stalling for a technical issue. Yeah, it's just like, well, all right, we're doing Afro beats now.
do they give you a mic?
Yeah.
Oh.
I am the entertainment for that period of time that I'm on the stage. Like so like Wildin' Out is a show for that those that don't know.
For the people who don't know.
It's a show with a bunch of comedians on stage, right? It could be 20 comedians on stage. Everyone has a mic, but only the person that's talking mic is on. They're all sharing the stage together, cracking jokes, playing games, whatever. When I'm performing, it is only me on stage until I bring someone out. So that entire audience they're in my hand. Like I'm driving the boat with that. So
it's a sit down audience too.
Well, no, not that part.
Oh no,
it can be both. It can be both.
Okay.
So when we first started, it was a sit down, and then it turned into a stand up, and then it turned into even more than that.
Sit down audiences are some of the hardest audiences I've ever had to DJ.
And that's something that I had to learn too. I had never DJed any
style.
sort of comedy type of event before. So everything I did was concerts, people standing up, clubs, people standing up. When I got in there my first day doing the live room during, I think we was in Brooklyn too, of all places. So this was a New York crowd.
You know they judging.
And they coming off the train that got to the other train that got to the other train.
I just did that whole thing.
And they stood in line for like an hour. They sat in the holding room for another hour. The audience people fucking tried to get them hype and played all the shit that they try to get them hype to.
Now
and then they got to come out there and sit with me for 45 minutes. My non-New York ass. I'm from the South. Right, and they from New York, so they up there like
play reggae. That's all you got to do.
See, and I didn't know that at
you
first.
win Brooklyn.
I didn't know that.
You win Brooklyn with reggae. That's it.
Like, bro, that shit trial by fire, bro. Like it was sink or swim. And they had just gotten somebody to fuck up out of there when I got my first shot too.
Oh, word.
Because when I first got there, I was doing the green room with the cast and the guests. So all of the guests, everybody that come by the show, they'll be in the green room. Cast, they getting ready. All their guests, like it's friends and family vibes, right? So and the comedians is like, they trying to get loose for the show. So like they wanna twerk a little bit. The girls want to shake some ass, or the guys want to rap some thug shit. Like we there for that. We doing that. We getting the morale up. That's what it was when I first got there.
Okay, that's easy. That's club.
And then they brought somebody into the main room and they was like, yeah, this ought to go great. And then they was just like, nah, get them the fuck out of there. It was like, well, now we need somebody because that looked great on camera. They was like, well, shit, put Dev in there. And that's how I got my shot, right? But I had never really DJ'd in New York like that up to that point. I had just like been there and been around shit. So I just got up there and like bullshitted through my first day. and they was like, oh, you did great. And I was like, you think so?
Yeah.
Thanks for having me up, man. It was great. And I just kept rolling with it. So I learned a little bit more each day, add a little more to it. And then that's how I figured out that New Yorkers love reggae.